We have 4 businesses who generously sponsored tonight. The first award that we're going to give out is the Best Commercial Rehabilitation, sponsored by Weichert Insurance. Unfortunately, they could not be here tonight, so I have the honor of presenting this. And the winner of this award is 3233 Public Square. So we have commendations from Senator Larry Ophoff to all the awardees, or the winners.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then also a plaque to hang up.
Awesome.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so much.
And Dan, if you could come over here, we're going to get your picture taken. So a little bit of history. 3233 Public Square was built in 1875 by Harvey Albro as the Albro Drug Store. This is the second building on the site, the first having been completely destroyed in the Great Fire of 1870. The structure has housed many different businesses in its 143-year history, including drugstores, gift shops, a travel agency, and most recently, the Medina County Convention and Visitors Bureau. The second and third floor spaces have also had multiple uses, including the Medina Library and Reading Room, a Masonic Hall, law offices, and a residence. Financial planner Dan Mason purchased the building in 2015 as the new location for First Mason Financial. The Main Street Medina Design Committee and local artist Cindy Allman created a facade rendering that included suggestions for architectural restoration and new color placement to restore the building to its 1924 appearance. Mr. Mason graciously accepted the assistance and agreed to the renovation. The final project included replacement of all the rotted wood, a new exterior color scheme, the addition of signage at the building cornice, reconstruction of the leaded glass transom windows and copper ledge, and lighting on the facade of the building. Dan, thank you so much for your investment.
Thank you.
We also appreciate the investment made on another property, so we're going to give a honorable mention to Sully's Irish Pub at 117 West Liberty. Building owner Mike Morris and business owner John Sullivan partnered on a complete facade restoration of this historic structure. Main Street Medina again commissioned artist Cindy Allman to create a facade rendering suggesting paint colors and identifying historic elements to restore based on historic photographs. The transformation of this building has had a great impact on the street presence in the district, and we're thankful for the investment in preserving our history. The Sullivan ladies, I know you're here. Thank you guys so much.
So we have the Best Residential Renovation Award sponsored by Total Restoration and Painting. I'm John from Total Restoration and Painting. A little bit of history about this award we're giving out here tonight. Medina loves the home at 238 West Liberty Street, and it was nominated by 3 individuals for this award. 238 West Liberty Street was built in 1886 by Dr. Willard B. Croft of New York as a wedding gift for his new bride, Edith. The detailed East Lake styled home cost $3,500, which was a significant price at that time. This architectural gem features stacked porches. I hear people out there, I wish it was $3,500 still. Bay windows, a 30-foot tall tower, stained glass, patterned wooden siding, and a slate roof. Originally, the home had at least a 3-color paint scheme. The structure was used as a private residence for 80 years until 1966, when it was used for commercial purposes, including a bed and breakfast, a law firm, and a gallery blue, a gallery that featured local artists. The home has gone through many changes, but a massive interior restoration in the 1990s preserved original woodwork, fireplace mantles, and light fixtures. In early 2006, Estella and Kevin Hutchinson purchased the home and began a second extensive renovation, including the restoration of the exterior with reopened porches, a multicolored paint scheme, and landscaping.
This is Estella and Kevin here.
Right here. Right.
Hello everybody, my name's Sam. I'm with Armstrong Business Solutions, and we are doing the Business of the Year Award for the second year in a row. All right, this year, glad to present it to the Raspberry and the Rose. So the Raspberry and the Rose. So Raspberry in the Rose started in 1999 by the mother and daughter team of Donna Wilcox and Melissa Ziogas as a small home business doing silk flower arrangements, primitive snowmen, and Christmas trees. They participated in hundreds of craft shows across the region and in the Medina Farmers Market. In 2014, following the death of her mother, Melissa took a leap of faith and opened a small 400 square foot shop at 102 West Washington. The first official Raspberry in the Rose featured handmade jewelry and accessories. The gamble was a huge success, and Melissa moved to a much larger location in 2015. Her business has continued to thrive and become a retail anchor on South Court Street. Ever the quintessential small business entrepreneur, Melissa saw a gap in the specialty gift market on the square and opened Nibble, a gourmet food store in her original location at 102 West Washington. Personally, Melissa and her family have been involved in planning and implementing many of our special events, including Ladies' Night Out and Candlelight Walk. Her cheerful attitude and quick wit are always appreciated, and her willingness to lend a hand in the community are just a few of the reasons why we're honoring her this evening. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Just for the record, I am not Melissa Zogas, in case you were wondering. Melissa sends along her thanks and apologies for not being here this evening. She had a long-standing trip planned to Las Vegas for a purchasing show, so she's out trying to make everything even better. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Jim.
Matt assured me that he'd have big print up here, but I wasn't sure, so I had to make it bigger myself so I could read it. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. Again, I'm Kevin Rich with Huntington Bank. It's our pleasure to be able to partake in this and do the Volunteer of the Year award. And Matt has written a lot of nice stuff here for us, and I've, typical of myself, added on to it a little bit here. But this evening, we're going to present the award, again, of Volunteer of the Year to Amy Busby of Medina City Schools. Amy is with Medina City Schools. I gotta say, it's a little near and dear to my heart. My wife and I both went to Medina City Schools, and when things happen in Medina, we're still, even though we don't live in town here, we still think about the Medina Bees and so forth a little bit. But Amy's with the Medina City Schools and has been an active member of Main Street for a number of years, and we stress the word active. Amy has become our go-to person whenever Main Street needs volunteers. And she is always able to round up students to get involved with the events and planning setup. Amy is a wonderful leader in that she too will get into trenches with the students and other volunteers to do the work, whether it's creating 1,800 Luminaire jugs, milk jugs, or hauling tables and chairs around for an event. I had the opportunity this morning to sit in on the board meeting with Main Street, and it was talked about a great deal, what Amy's done, and not everybody knew that Amy was winning this. And it was interesting to hear, I think Julia is one that said they were done by noon. Unheard of things and setting up for the Candlelight Walk. I have to admit that morning I was running a little late. I did confess to a few folks. My wife is my volunteer. I did come up to Medina that morning for helping set up, and I came up to Medina, and it was a Sunday morning, and not one being able to find hardly a parking spot on the square, but looking around the square, I went in the fire station and see what was going on there. I looked around the square, and it looks like ants on sugar. Amy had so many kids there, it was absolutely ridiculous. And I have to admit, there was nothing for me to do, so I turned around and went back home after getting up, driving into Medina, and thought, well, I'm going back home. There are so many people here, and they were done by noon. It was neat to see. There was just groups of people just standing there. Matt talked about it a little bit this morning. Groups of people standing there looking for jobs to do. They had so many people. Unbelievable, Amy. Thank you. In addition to being an active volunteer, Amy has been an active voice and advocate in committee meetings with regards to events, and our conduit with the schools. We have a wonderful event coming up very soon. I hope I can say that. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Look, ask for forgiveness later, I guess, but you're going to see a lot of students' artwork all over the district, all over businesses. 40 different businesses, was that the number? 40 different businesses have volunteered and allowed the schools to place students' artwork in their buildings. March for Art. Is that what I heard somewhere this morning? Art for March or March for Art or something. We heard something from Joe today that we might steal. But look around the businesses, and again, it wouldn't have happened had we not had Amy on the committee helping us. Thanks to her, we're going to see that. So Amy is a huge asset to Main Street Medina and in the city of Medina, and we're thankful for her time and talent. Please give Amy a round of applause.
So it's my honor tonight to present the Spirit of Main Street Award to Ed Wright. But who is Ed Wright? So is Ed Wright a famous traveler and world discoverer? No. Well, maybe. He's had a lot of careers. Is he a famous ball player? He could have been. We don't know. There's some years we don't know about. Was he a famous architect that built beautiful palaces around the world? Again, he may have been. Now, Ed Wright is the owner of Miss Molly's Tea Room and Gift Shop and associated businesses at 140 West Washington. Since our inception and founding in 2007 through today, Ed Wright has spent over a decade supporting Main Street Medina to ensure its success. As an original member of the steering committee through the National Main Street application process, hiring the first director and through today, Mr. Wright has offered his expertise and guidance to help grow the program into one of the most successful in the state of Ohio. He and his wife, Dinah, own 3 businesses in the district, and they're always the first to step up and sponsor events and to participate. Ed has lent his business acumen to help guide Main Street Medina into an organized and functional program, as well as lending his personal and professional contacts of support when needed. Mr. Wright has worked tirelessly in front of and behind the scenes with persons of influence to help the program when necessary or to overcome an issue or a boundary that needed to be crossed. He has also been a major financial contributor over the past decade, including business memberships for his businesses, but also in opening his home for a holiday celebration to help build and maintain relationships between Main Street Medina, the city, county, and community officials. Ed Wright has been a strong hand in steering Main Street Medina to success, and the program would not be where it is today without his guidance. So congratulations, Ed Wright, my friend, my leader. Congratulations for everything you've done for us.
Okay, so congratulations to all the award winners, and I'm in charge of closing the meeting, official meeting. So I just want to say thanks to the board, and thanks to my executive committee who have served with me, Jonathan Mandel, Steve Ferris, and John Gorsuch. It's been a pleasure to work with you gentlemen, and thank you very much for all your hard work and service. So. I'd like to say thank you to all the committee chairs that worked so hard this past year, the volunteers, the members, and the sponsors, and Matt. And I also would like to have a special goodbye to our board members who are leaving the board, and that's Melissa Fox and Chuck Calvert. So if you two folks would come up here, we have something for you, for your service, and thank you very much. And I also want to thank our annual meeting sponsors, Williams on the Lake. Thank you for a delicious meal and your hospitality. Armstrong Business Solutions, Huntington Bank, Total Restoration Painting, Inc., and Weichert Insurance. And I also want to say thank you to Mayor Hanwell and the City Council members for their financial support and continued commitment to the Main Street program. I've been very proud to be chair of the Main Street Medina Board and to represent this fine organization. It's been rewarding, it's been challenging, and it's been fun. So I want to again congratulate our award winners and thank you all for coming tonight. And I think this adjourns the meeting, but we have lots of time left. What?
Steve has a few words.
Oh, Steve has a few words. Oh, okay.
Before we let Carol go,
Uh-oh.
I wanted to thank her for her 2 years on the board as the chairperson, but also really just for the countless hours you put
Oh,
in each of the
thank
last couple
you.
of years and even before that. Despite our troubles, we also hear that we are at 100% occupancy. We have a full slate of events every year, and obviously the farmers market hits a home run every Saturday. So, on behalf of the board and the folks here, we'd like to share this with you. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody. Oh, guys, thank you.